Joe gave the top of his son's head a playful knuckle rub. "Tonight's special, remember?" "'Cause the judge signed our paper today." "That's right. A very important paper. From here on out, you and I are a team." "For always and always?" "You got it." "You gonna be my offensive coordinator?" Since visiting the practice field, Zachary had become enthralled with every aspect of Joe's job as special coach for the San Milagros Bullets. As flattering as it was, Joe hoped his son's fascination with football didn't develop into a lifelong obsession. It was a physically taxing profession, for one thing, the injuries sustained on the field often permanent and debilitating. The sport could also be emotionally brutal, especially if fame and fortune came too easily to a young man unprepared to deal with it. 31 years old, with a bad marriage behind him and inches away from bankruptcy, Joe had experienced the downside of stardom. He wanted more than that for his kid, a lot more, namely a life filled with things that endured and truly mattered. "I'd like that," he replied huskily, thinking that most good fathers probably wanted to be an offensive coordinator of sorts, standing on the sidelines of life and offering sage advice before their kids went into the huddle. He drew a folded black ball cap from the pocket of his blue windbreaker. After slapping the wrinkles out against his thigh, he put the cap on, tipping the bill low over his eyes to partially conceal his face as he bumped the door handle with his hip. "You ready to scramble?" Zachary grinned. "Ready." Cool night air washed over them as Joe pushed outside. 2 teenagers stood off to the left, the girl a slender blonde, the young man dark with an athletic build. Arms locked, they studied a poster advertisement of an upcoming attraction and whispered softly, seemingly aware of only each other. For a frozen moment, Joe felt the years fall away, and he could almost believe he was seeing himself and Marilee, his first love a decade ago. There was something about the girl, the tilt of her head, or maybe the way her golden hair lifted in the breeze, that called to mind moments he'd worked hard to forget. Joe seldom allowed himself to think of Marilee anymore, and he couldn't quite believe he was thinking of her now. Even more surprising was that the memories still hurt. God, how he had loved her. Images of her moved through his mind, painted in such vivid strokes that he might have seen her only yesterday. Honey blonde hair, fathomless blue eyes, a smile so sweet it nearly broke his heart. "Daddy?" Joe jerked and refocused, feeling disoriented. His son was peering up at him with a perplexed frown, giving Joe cause to wonder how long he'd been standing there staring off into space. "I'm cold," Zachary complained. It was chilly, par for the course in the Bay Area in March. Gusts of wind molded Joe's open jacket to his torso, the coastal dampness cutting through the nylon. Zachary had been drinking ice-cold pop as well, which undoubtedly made it feel chillier to him than it actually was. Joe pulled the child close to him and quickly snapped the front of his small jacket. "There you go. All better?" Zachary shivered and eyed the soft drink askance. Joe smiled. "Let's just toss it." He moved toward a dome-topped trash receptacle near the island ticket booth. "When we get home, I'll make you some hot Brilliant lights flashed in Joe's eyes. Harsh shouts and the unmistakable click of camera shutters erupted all around them. He heard the teenage girl squeal with fright. "Daddy!" Zachary screamed, pressing closer to Joe's chest. "Daddy!" Smashed between their bodies, the soft drink cup popped its lid and orange soda spurted over the front of Joe's shirt. The shock of icy coldness helped clear his head. "It's all right, Zachary. It's just the press. Daddy's got you." The child locked his arms around Joe's neck and emitted a thin wail of